Okay, mabuhay and welcome to part 3. This is the last part of our video discussion on results monitoring and evaluation. Okay, so we're now at step 7. So in the last steps or so, step 5 and step 6, we focused on the monitoring component of monitoring and evaluation. So in monitoring, it's a process that takes place more often, and usually it looks into the process that your CEC follows in achieving its in trying to achieve its outcomes. Now we go to the evaluation part. So evaluation part is basically the analyzing as a whole the project itself, looking at factors that determine whether or not your entire project, CEC project, has been a success or a failure. Okay, and obviously evaluation and monitoring are complementary to each other, because in order for you to get good data for evaluation, you should consult all the data that you have gathered during your monitoring, and of course all your monitoring will eventually lead to doing an overall assessment of your project, which is the evaluation part. But you have to also consider that evaluation is not only restricted to looking at or studying the causes and changes after your intervention or after your project is finished. Okay, evaluation for most people is a process that is done near the end of a project, but if you read more on different methodologies for evaluation, you can do evaluation at the beginning of a project, which you can do an evaluation at the middle of the project, and then do an evaluation at the end of the project. So those are different ways wherein you can integrate evaluation in your CEC management. Okay, so what information would a good evaluation provide, right? So the results of a good evaluation can influence three things. For example, whether or not your evaluation shows that your CEC project or implementation has been a success or a failure. So it looks at the strategies that you did in operationalizing or in implementing your CEC. Did you do the right things? What strategies did, as a CEC manager, what strategies did you employ to, as much as possible, make your community e-center relevant to your community? What strategies did you do, for example, to attract more customers to your CECs? What strategies did you use, for example, to conduct ICT literacy classes? And information will answer the question, were your strategies the right strategies, or maybe they were not the right strategies? And again, you can evaluate how operations were conducted in your community center. Were things being done right in terms of the management and operations of your CEC, and in the conduct of the different programs or courses that your CEC carried out? For example, what were on the operations side? How did you conduct the ICT literacy training courses? How did you promote your community centers? And evaluation is a learning tool eventually for everyone, because whatever results come from the evaluation, we should learn from it, whether or not it's a success or a failure. I think personally, even so, we can learn a lot from failures of the project we did, because we now know what not to do the next time, and we will strive to do things in a better way. Okay, so let's talk about the pragmatic uses of evaluation. So a good evaluation can help us make better decisions on allocating resources, right? Evaluation can help us rethink the causes of a problem. Maybe, for example, if you remember our outcome of improving people's access to the CEC. Maybe there were some problems that we did not see, okay, in the course of implementing our project. Maybe the problem of access, of people's access, was not because they don't know about it, but because of the physical location of your CEC. For example, maybe in the end, people cannot go to your CEC because it was in the 4th floor of your municipality and there's no elevator in your municipality. So with that, an evaluation can help you rethink the causes of a problem. It can also help you identify emerging problems in running and fulfilling the objectives and outcomes of your project. For example, if we are striving to increase the ICT literacy rate of people in our community, somewhere along the way there might be emerging problems that will arise. Maybe there would be, more people moving away from your municipality, going abroad. So you are losing a lot of data from these people. Another pragmatic use of evaluation is to support decision making on competing or best alternatives. So a good evaluation will be very useful for you as a CEC manager, and also for your local chief executive in making a decision on selecting what alternatives you might take in solving the development problems in your community. Evaluation also supports public sector reform and innovation, because evaluation is a form of evidence that you can present, for example, to your mayor or to the Sanggunian, so that you can influence them to change some local policies, okay? And it will also encourage you to be more resourceful and more innovative to really answer development needs in your community through your CECs. And an evaluation should encourage people in your community, encourage the different members in your community to build consensus on the causes of the problems you have identified and how you need to all respond to it. Okay? And once you've done that, the process of evaluation, we go now to the 8th step. We need to report our findings. Okay? And you need to report this. You don't. And the way to report this is not just writing a report, typing it up, printing it out, and then, doing some bookbinding, and eventually the findings are just filed away somewhere in some filing cabinet, never to be seen again, right?